One of my favourite subjects, I guess, that demonstrate a physiological effect of even how a person feels, or how an animal feels even, is kindness. You know, research, you know, when you feel stressed, it's the feelings of stress that generate stress hormones in the body, not necessarily the situation, but how you feel about it. And that feeling of stress generates cortisol, adrenaline, stress hormones. But when you be kind, and that nice feeling that you get of, you know, expansion or warmth or good feeling or, you know, elevation, they might say, then that feeling we know produces a hormone called oxytocin. Now, oxytocin is well known because it plays a role in reproduction and breastfeeding. It's also a trust hormone. It facilitates trust. It's also a very potent cardiovascular hormone. And what it does is it dilates the arteries and it reduces blood pressure. So lots of research, an increasing amount of research nowadays is demonstrating the cardiovascular properties of oxytocin to literally, you know, reduce blood pressure and clean or thin the blood or act as an anti-inflammatory and an antioxidant inside blood vessels, and it's responsible for a lot. It's the mechanism behind, meaning it's the reason why, behind why a lot of studies demonstrate that touch and love and warmth and hugging reduces blood pressure or has positive cardiovascular benefits. You know, love, for example, has positive cardiovascular benefits. It's one of the mechanisms, i.e. reasons why, is because that touch, that hugging, that touch, that love generates oxytocin, which is having this continually powerful, potent cardiovascular effect, lowering blood pressure, cleaning the blood, etc. Lots of studies on animals show something. I don't mean animal testing, I mean like studies looking at people interacting with dogs, for example, find that interacting warmly with a dog massively increases oxytocin levels in the human and in the dog. In a study years and years and years ago, before we understood about oxytocin, found that rabbits that were hugged and given so much care and attention that were on a particular diet had substantially 65% less cardiovascular problems than other rabbits of that breed. And the difference was that a technician in this study had been taking them out of the cages and stroking them, you know, and just lovingly stroking the little rabbits, and that had massive cardiovascular effect. The touch, and probably because of how it made them feel. I love the idea of loving animals. You know, animals love us. I had a dog until he died a few years ago, and I used to play with him and hug him and all that. And at the time, not fully realising the amount of, as well as the love that you get, the amount of oxytocin that was generating as well for him and myself.